Hello and welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All, part 49, I think? 50? Somewhere like that. We're very deep into this game. So let's not waste any more time and jump right back in. I do have my handy dandy guide as always, so I don't have to spend time loading it up. Oh boy, okay. We gotta remember where we're at. So right now, to recap, I believe we have accused Acro of murder, and the method of which he committed the crime is that Acro basically dropped, cartoon dropped, almost like an anvil, but instead of an anvil, he cartoon dropped a statue of Max, whatever his name is, Max Galactica, onto the Ringmaster's head. So that's where we're at. That is the accusation. And then after that happened, the statue was lifted back up into the sky, all spooky like. All right. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. I'm sorry. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off, slam, is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you, pulling such badicks. Oh, well, alright. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. Yeah, that man didn't even flinch. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So, I think that's the diction I was supposed to give it. What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
No evidence?
Oh. Perhaps I should save real quick as soon as I can. In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of saving. The power of making sure we can come back in case we screw up.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well.
He's gonna get whipped, isn't he?
Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Moai? Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get us out of this jam. Uh-oh. Oh boy, we're gonna have to remember. By the hair on my chinny chin chin, what could this possibly have been?
That's enough talking amongst yourself. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims.
You know, we're a little closer to the big, the big thing that's gonna cause my health bar to drop, so.
I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case.
Oh boy, I wish I had more context. Oh god, I hate doing this, but I legit don't know. I actually don't know what I'm supposed to, present here. Okay. Alright, I think we need to present this. If I'm at the right point in the guide, we should present the silk hat. Take that! The way that judge looked at me for a second, I don't know if anybody else is gonna see that, but man,
it's like, really? Really?
Are you sure? The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Moe's testimony. Totally not Moe. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. What did he say yesterday? It's a whole bunch of nothing. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust's. Oh my god.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
What?
Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the snow clagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Did it also get on the... Oh my god. Man. This is some... Man, this is very, what's the term? Man, bullshit. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. It's official. Phoenix has gone insane. Order, order.
Like a #1 with a side of fries? This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me,
As it should anybody with a brain.
However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Wha- Mwah. Goodbye. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Oh. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
I never say never and all that.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. Oh, what do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel like this is a good place to take a break.
Imagine if it was just like a prank gone wrong. Moe's like, hey, drop the statue like beside the ringmaster to spook him. It'll be funny. And Acro's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And it does it, and it accidentally kills him. And then we got 2 people complicit in murder.
I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Dink.
Dink. To be continued. Oh man, I'm bright. I really do gotta do something about like the lighting in my room. Because I like keeping it dark. But I don't know. I need to do something to make sure that the light is like consistent. Then again, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. If I'm enjoying myself. Isn't that all that matters? December 30th, 2:17 p.m. Hey, that's my birthday. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. I mean, not that time, but like the date it would correlate to 2:17. Or, wow. Okay, let me just restart. February 17th is my birthday, not... It's fine. It's an observation I failed to make. Well, no. I made the observation, I failed to convey it. We're moving on. I can't believe it! Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is! And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus! Am I that hated? Ahem. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst, cough. But, I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know. But you're not, which is kind of the reason why everyone thinks you're a douche.
Cough! Hey, pal!
Oh, it's Gumshoe.
You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Detective Gumshoe.
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
No, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective?
Ho, ho, ho. Well, if you insist. For my next trick, I'm gonna send you to jail. I'm gonna make these handcuffs appear around your wrists. How about that?
Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Your own discrepancy, I guess.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
Ooh.
Some potential detective drama?
That's why this is all a secret, as I very loudly coughed and then made a scene about you about you ignoring me.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
Our plan? I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans? That sounds more ominous than it deserves to be.
Uh-huh. That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. That's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
What did he mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing. Can I get some more milk?
Don't scare me like that.
It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. Milk?
What? For me?
It's milk! The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk for me, my adoring fans. December 30th, 2:27 p.m. Counter of the courtroom. Cut to Max drinking milk for 10 minutes straight.
All right, now that everyone's got their sippy milk, court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you slurped off.
Actually, please continue from where you left off. That's supposed to be a milk joke. Don't take it any other way. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime of milk.
Understood now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Oh. Gulp. So is he not okay? Or what was that about? Okay. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Alright. It sounds pretty good so far.
You're such a thoughtful young man. I wish I had like a son figure in my life that would take care of me.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Right?
Just imagine he, like, whips his head over, like,
Mr. Right. Which is why there's no real need for this for a cross-examination, is there?
Slurp. Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Why don't we go and cross-examine? Why not? Like, what is there to lose from cross-examining and maybe getting some new juicy dialogue? Milk that dialogue, baby. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. You idiot.
About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. Aw, yeah, prove it! We? Ooh, excuse me. Yes, my brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
Judge. This has been like the crux of the case that Acro's brother died. In this very case. How old were you when this happened, Acro? Well, I guess his name was Bat, wasn't it? Or was that his stage name? Oh, shoot, I forget. Whatever. I was 8 years old, my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Berry Big Circus and all their milk. Nick, the judge is getting milky-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Oh, sniffle, sniffle. No crying over spilt milk in court. Let's keep going.
Sniffle, the witness may proceed with this testimony next time on Hooky Hour. Till then, I guess we'll just have to find out what happens. See ya, bye.